Hey folks, so I want to talk to you about something that I learned today while I was like praying. I just learned this crazy stuff because I just let things pop into my mind, and I think of that as like an answer to my prayers. Um, and so I learned how to express. I would always make videos about like it's okay to express yourself, don't be ashamed of yourself, blah blah blah. But I wouldn't understand how to like healthily express myself. You know, that was my big problem. Like I didn't understand how to use my body, how to use my face, how to use my voice, how to use these things to get out the message. I realized that our body language is a dance. Our voice is a song. It's not just like normally I would just be like, hey, what's up? I was just thinking about blah blah blah. But I realized no, like I have this body for a reason. I have this face for a reason. Faces make expressions for a reason. My voice says things in a certain way for a reason. And one pitfall that I would fall into is I would try to fake it. I would like try to fake some kind of expression, and I wouldn't know how to be sincere about it. It's like I would be like something like, I would be like, oh hey, how are you doing? And it would be completely fake, but I would just wanted to express myself with more energy, but I didn't know how to do it, so it would come out like completely fake. And so I was just like, so then I thought to myself, well, maybe I'm just not an expressive person. But I always felt repressed, and I always knew that it was because I wasn't expressing myself. So with some prayer and contemplation and stuff like that today, I realized what it was, and it was what I said before: is the body is you dance with it. The voice is a song. The face is even a kind of dance. When I did that, it's kind of like the floodgates opened, and I realized that it's um, I realized that it's that the just because everybody around, because I live in New York, you gotta understand, like New York City, you know, like well Brooklyn, and everybody here is um, very stoic. A lot of people like on public transportation, everything, not necessarily your friends necessarily, but even them, it's everybody's a little bit too cool for school. That's just like the way it is here. And so um, even even as a kid growing up, if you're too expressive, you can be made fun of sometimes. You know, it's not like other places where like big expressions is just the norm. You know, so anyway, I'm kind of rambling, but I'm just trying to put it all into perspective. Um, so I realized that like expressing, I just learned how to do it. It's weird that I didn't know how to do it before, but I just learned, I relearned, I guess I must have known that as a kid, but I just relearned how to do it. How to do it naturally, how to do it, you know, um, I realized that it is a message. It is an art form, and it's not necessarily acting. It's not acting as in a fake sense, but it's heightened. It can be heightened. Um, it can be an art form, the way you express yourself as a human being. And I think when I said to people on here like that your gift to the world is you, that you are your gift to the world, that expressing yourself fully is your gift to the world. This is kind of what I was talking about. I didn't really understand what I was even saying yet, but what I was talking about and what I'm talking about now is the reason conformity is like an enemy to self-expression. I think that's pretty obvious. But when you let go of conformity. Excuse me. And even when everybody, like in New York, is being all reserved and sourpuss like, and nobody's acting happy or joyous at all, and everybody's just like, you know, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. You know? And I also noticed another thing. This is kind of a different topic for a different video, but I realized that when I decided to follow good. You know, I decided to follow good. And if I'm uninhibited as a being that's following good, that's okay. But if I'm deciding to follow evil and I'm uninhibited, that's really dangerous. So I think, like, where you're if you're in a place where you think that if you just express yourself it would be madness and destruction, maybe you got to do some internal work first to 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 make yourself on the good side, I guess you can say, I can say, or whatever. But I think even subtle expression, you gotta. The reason why I take videos of myself, like to I do check-ins, like I check to see how I'm feeling and what I look like and these kinds of things. I do this because I want to understand. I want to understand the human condition, and the main person that I have available to me 24/7 who's willing to cooperate with me 24/7 is myself. So I look at myself and see what I'm doing and analyze why I'm doing it. And I know there are people like me out there. There's similar. Uh, I'm sure that I'm not completely unique in everything that I am. You know. So yeah, I mean, it just what when you healthily express, when you do it like in a healthy way, it's like I had to go through periods where I would just be like a crazy person. Like I would just express nutty stuff. But that was because I didn't know how to do it. So I would just be like, "Ah, ah, ah," and that was just to get me over my fear of expression. You know, like for example, like I made a video way back, but I might have taken it down now, where I was like listening to like music that I was really afraid to listen to, like really girly music that would make me feel uncomfortable that anybody would hear me even listening to this music. So I would like play it loudly just so I can feel the discomfort. And I've done a lot of experiments and stuff with discomfort, and um, I'm not saying I'm an expert at it, but I've gotten I got an understanding of it that like sometimes our discomfort gets in our way, and if like you have to ask yourself, because I can't tell you who you are, you know, but you have to ask yourself, who are you? And I would recommend praying, and I would recommend when you pray, uh, thinking like I'm thinking about what comes in your head. Like I think an exercise that might be beneficial. Some people might not agree, and you don't have to take it so seriously. But like you write down like a script. You say me, then you write down a question or something, and then you write God, and then you write down a response. And it doesn't have to literally be God, but just pretend that it is God for a while, and or that it might be God or whatever, and it might not be. I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but I'm just saying that exercise has helped me. And sometimes some really smart stuff comes out when I do that. So like I I like the idea of doing that. I'm sorry, I'm rambling like heck, but it's just like I just learned how to just express, and it's so hard to share it. I want to write it down, I want to figure it out, but expression is like, you just have to be comfortable enough with yourself to do it, to just, you know, to be goofy, to be silly, to be anything that you're afraid to be. Just be you. Just be you. And if you're uncomfortable with it, just keep digging and keep thinking and keep searching and figuring out, like, who am I? Who are you? And why are you afraid to show it? If you are afraid to show it, why are you afraid to show it? And figure it out and pray about it. And then eventually, hopefully, you'll get to a place where you say, I'm not afraid to show it. I'm just going to be exactly what I am. All right. See ya.